Hola,
Atlantic.
básicas.
Hola, básicas. We are Chase Atlantic. Come see our show on November 17th. We can't wait to see you guys there. And it's going to be a night to remember. And it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be wild.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for taking this time to talk to us. How are
Thank
you
you.
doing?
Good. We're doing good. How you doing, Crash?
I'm good. It's a beautiful rainy day today in Los Angeles, but pretty ready to get over to South America and get to the sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh my God, get ready. It's hot as hell here in Chile. So bring your summer vibes here. We are so excited to have you here on November 7th. So excited to talk to you. And I wanted to start off by talking a little bit about your music, which is very notorious for its blending nature, as in it's very hybrid when it comes to genre. And even if you search the web for definitions of what does Chase Atlantic play, it's kind of a common denominator that no one agrees on how to categorize it.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about that? And where does this nature of like genre blending come from?
We kind of have the same stance. The hardest question, the question that we get asked, and we're like, that's a tough answer, is what genre is your guys' music? Because we don't
Right.
know ourselves how to answer it. Because we make everything. And I guess that comes from being inspired by so many artists growing up. I mean, especially in Australia growing up, you're kind of watching from the outside in, you're seeing the world around you and you're seeing what music's doing in America, you're seeing what music's doing in South America, you're seeing what music's doing in Asia. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You're kind of
Right.
like a sponge for all these different influences that these artists are having in their own countries, as well as watching what's happening around us. But you know what I mean? It's definitely
Right.
things are happening at much bigger levels. Yeah, across the ocean.
I think as
Right.
well, just us growing up listening to different music when we were, 14, 15 together, and then when we were 18, 19, moving to Los Angeles and having that American influence on our music. I think it just made a blend of this Australian fusion style of a band
Yeah,
mixed with American clean production and fundamental pop music that just
hybrid.
created this
Right.
Yeah,
hybrid.
Right. If we can just go back a little bit, because I love your story of how the group came to be when you guys were in school. What references, what influences were present in that time? What music were you listening to when you first started making music together?
and Crash. What you?
Yeah, I think when we set out, we were young and we just wanted to make pop songs, just whatever we could get our little hands on that sounded like pop.
We
So
felt almost like we had to.
yeah, we've thought that that's what
Right.
you did. You just made pop music with no real identity, no real inspiration, and then that was when we discovered the 1975
Mm.
and
Right.
those lyrics and the darkness, but still the pop sensibility. I think they really helped shape us in a way of who we wanted to be and helped create our own identity from them. But definitely they played a huge part.
As well as them, I like to say that also like there was like the weekend was starting. He had Trilogy out only at that time, and
Right.
that was also like you know what I mean. You look at him; he's like one of the biggest pop stars in the whole world. Like,
Yeah.
but he
Yeah.
started that in this very like like all the lyrics were so far beyond like M rated. You know, like they
Yeah. It was kind of niche in the beginning,
yeah, but
Mhm.
also the lyrics were so raw
right?
and gritty
Yeah.
and like they weren't telling like these butterfly like rainbows like sunshine happiness stories. They were telling these crazy like real life stories.
They're
Right.
both Abel and Matt Healy are really good at visually
Painting.
representing stuff through lyrics, which Mitchell has picked up too. And it's like three people who can lyrically put you in a place, in a situation, whatever they say, they want you to feel like you're there.
Right. Would you say this sense of like escapism that you are kind of describing is what drove the first creative intentions of the group?
100%. Um, Escapism in the form of not like trying to hide from your feelings or run away from anything, but more in the sense of being able to have those tiny commercial breaks of relief or so there's always stuff happening in life and a lot of it's positive, a lot of it's negative, you know? And so we kind of wanted to, for ourselves, because it was our outlet to begin with, we wanted to provide that escape from the harder times. You know what I mean? Get a break from it all, from the intensity of life. But at the same time, for others, provide them with an outlet, with a way to kind of
Escape.
yeah escape their own. But again, like not in a bad way, but just take a break from the harsh realities of what it is to be a human being.
Yeah, right. You guys are a little younger than me, but we're all around the same generation. And I feel like this kind of connects to the our relationship to the internet. Do you guys see that parallel at all? Was how important was the internet and social media and influences on the web for you at the beginning, especially?
I don't
Um,
yeah. Chris, I'll just say one thing. I don't know so much about influencers,
Uh-huh.
and people who make content from the internet, but use the internet to be able to view other artists. But what were you gonna say, Chris?
I was gonna say like things like SoundCloud. I guess if there was
Right.
a way that I would say the internet helped shape or like create what was cool and
Yeah,
niche with SoundCloud. And
that was super underground. Yeah,
yeah, it felt like if somebody
Yeah.
was cool or like new music, it was them showing you a underground SoundCloud artist
yeah,
or us
100%.
releasing our own remixes on SoundCloud. So in a way, SoundCloud was very influential, I think,
Yeah,
to our sound. But as far as like YouTube and stuff, I mean, apart from music videos,
yeah, yeah.
not too much of the shaping of it.
Not too many people speaking
Right.
to the camera and talking.
Mm. Not
Right.
streamers and stuff. I think we're too old for that.
Yeah,
Right. But still there's this like relationship to like communities on internet, especially SoundCloud, like you were mentioning, such an eclectic group of different artists from such different places creating unique things that I feel like that translates a lot into your music because of how eclectic it is,
it has
both
that.
the music and your videos.
Sorry. It also has that no pressure kind of sense to it. You know what I mean? SoundCloud feels like a place where you can create something and without like worrying too much about the mastering process or
Mm.
feedback and
Right.
criticism, you would just upload it. You know what I mean? It would just, you know what I mean? Straight from your
Yeah,
computer.
kind of workshop.
Yeah, straight from the computer onto SoundCloud. Like, here's my song.
Yeah, and then you have your friends and cool people who have found your music at the start who are all commenting, and then you see the comments like build up and build up. Like
Yeah.
it was a little game.
It's
I
like
love
an
SoundCloud.
Instagram process,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
like for music.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. We were just talking about lyrics and how you create this universe, but your music is very production centered as well. Like the music and the beats and the layers of production are very important to the experience. And I feel, and I want to know your guys' opinions on this. I feel like in the later years, the audiences in general have become more sensitive to how important and complex the production process is.
Mm.
Your music explores not only sort of creating layers, but also like breaking common structures. You have these outros and these breaks in the middle of songs and stuff like that. Do you feel as if the production is taking more of an important place in the music conversation in the last few years?
I think I think production has always been extremely important to us. Like it's been our priority since day one. Chris, I feel like you're good at explaining this.
Yeah. As far as it goes with us, when we started, um, Mitchell and I started making music because we were fans of Skrillex, and then there was also Clinton at the time who was kind of the first to use a DAW software and learn how to record instruments and stuff. So Mitchell and I were learning together, and then I think it was around 2015 where Mitchell just locked in for a year and became one of the greatest producers that I've ever met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And through that, Mitchell was making EDM, and the EDM style of production mixed with Clinton's style of like band is what got our songs like into it and friends and stuff. It was the hybrid mix of them. So production's always been huge for us. Every song
Yeah.
has to stand on its own as an instrumental.
And Christian and I
Yes.
also kind of we started producing at the same time using the same DAW, which is a digital audio workstation, using the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
were learning together. We would take influences from artists. Like we were doing the
KRS bass.
yeah, we were doing like there's an artist called KRS on SoundCloud back in the day. He was making I wouldn't say it was full on EDM, but it was just like songs like trap songs with a lot of EDM
Yeah. Influences, yeah.
Right.
we kind of taught ourselves from listening to artists like KRS. Like we taught ourselves how to do the bass, how to make it like do the thing that they do in drill all the time now. You know that ring, 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 how the bass
Right.
kind of wobbles, it talks, it kind of glides. You know,
Yes.
we were doing that. That you can listen to songs like "Numb to the Feeling," like well before drill was even a genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
Cass as well has become like a phenomenal producer, and we all just love production so much.
It's kind of the funnest part of music, taking nothing so you have scratch and then creating something from nothing. It's like the blank
Like,
canvas part. The hardest
Yeah.
part
I
is
just find it
finishing when you have an idea.
Yes. I just find it fascinating the way that music production sort of expanded. And I feel like Chase Atlantic is sort of an reflection of that, of how at a certain point in time, DAWs were very accessible. You could get a MIDI controller, set up your own little studio at home or with your friends and start creating things. That is like unprecedented when it comes to the history of music production. And I feel like you guys have this leg on innovation that is always there. And Lost in Heaven and its deluxe version are such prime examples of that. Not only the music, but also the visualizers and the whole like aesthetic thing that you did is so cool. So even like this website with the platform and the access to the Discord server and everything
Yeah.
feels so kind of new and fresh. How would you describe how that sort of concept came to be? When did you decide like, oh, this is going to be an album, but we're also going to put out like this visualizers on the website and all of that?
I think it's important to always try and be one step ahead because at the end of the day, at the position we're in the music industry, it does become almost like a competitive sport. Like we have to become like
Right.
professional athletes, you know what I mean?
Athlete.
And so you look at like the best athletes, they have more than just one thing going for them. You know what I mean? They have to excel in
Yeah.
all lanes of what they're doing or what they're required to do, not just being good at a single thing, you know? Like
Mm,
Yeah.
analogy would be like a professional swimmer would be being the best at every single stroke.
yeah.
They're not
Yeah.
just being able to get down one stroke. And even through meeting friends and having like people we love around us who are we naturally gravitate and form these relationships with because we see that they have that kind of innovative potential and that creative drive as well. And so they've kind of really helped us along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Um,
add to that as well with the Discord. Um, we just wanted to have
yes.
a way to talk to our fans and have a system of them interacting without them having to pay, a subscription to be a fan, like that kind of thing, which just it's not fair to have fans pay to be supporters. So we just wanted to have a way them to interact with us, build up XP, level up like we do in games that we play, level up and
More
Right.
interesting than,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Trying to be one step ahead of the curve.
and trying to really just keep them off that the X website just because it's pretty terrible
That
place.
toxic, yeah, get that toxic energy out of them.
We just grab them and say just
Yeah.
safe out of it's safe
I
here in the
love
Discord.
that.
Yeah.
I love that. Anything we can do to help that cause, we will do. Listen, we're about to invite our entire community to join the Discord server and
Yeah.
stop wasting time on trash websites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bad energy.
So, how do you approach or how do you deal with translating all this innovation and layers and stuff into a stage performance? What experience are you trying to create, or what are you trying to add to the Chase Atlantic experience with a live show?
Crash, you got this.
Okay. I think one of the beautiful things about us is that in the studio we're a different band to what we are live. And we have become a bit notorious. I think in 2018 we were the most toured band in a year. So we've really had the practice and the time to create this rock show live. And who we grew up opening for were rock bands. So live we've created
Right.
this completely different experience. So there's the Chase Atlantic live experience and the studio experience.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
it's it's important for these guys who have never seen us play, like people from Chile, people from Argentina, these places who have never seen us in person. It becomes real once you see Chase Atlantic live. That's the
Right.
difference. That's what makes us stay. That's what makes people come back to the shows and become fans for life, I hope,
Exciting.
is the
Yeah.
amount of effort we put in the live shows.
It's an exciting experience to say the least. Like, one thing we said to each other years ago, back when I think, first started touring, like when we were doing those first shows, is that we we really want people going nuts. You know what I mean? We want them
Right.
to kind of join in on the rage and go home not being able to speak, or like having the hearing gone a little bit. 100% healthy and recoverable things, not bad injuries. Like,
Yeah.
trying to make them mosh pit,
Right.
like break each other's arms or anything. None of that. But really go home, have like not being able to forget it, and have them wanting to come back because they were like, that was an unforgettable experience. I need to see that again. And the beauty of being able to enhance the music live is that you get two versions of everything that you listen to. You get the
Right.
studio version, which is clean. The production's nice and just like cut and EQ'd like to the best of our abilities, and overall just like this a beautiful sonic experience. And then when you go see it live, you just get a complete 180. Well, not a complete one. The music still sounds good, but you get
Yeah.
this raw and like, yeah, this raw kind of 200% enhancement in terms of energy, and bringing like the live drumming, which Jesse does incredibly, and the live bass and guitar that Pat brings is
Yeah.
it's just something that you can't get. I feel like it can't even be expressed properly through audible listening on a streaming
Yeah.
platform, even if you try to pull it off. So yeah, it's a feeling, and it's an audio experience that you can only experience live.
Yeah.
Right. That's beautiful. You guys, did you ever think Chase Atlantic would become big to the point where you would be visiting these countries like Chile and Argentina eventually? Did you guys have that projection?
That was the plan, but
Yeah.
plans don't always. You can make a plan
Yeah.
to become an astronaut.
We we kind of had this strange thing. I think looking back at it, we're quite lucky, but we always felt bigger than
Yeah,
we really were. We were always confident and
Right.
looking ahead.
not self-entitled, not like conceited, and
No,
like
just
like certain. We're very certain.
we were very certain. We really believed in ourselves. We believed in the music. Um, so I don't think there was ever a second where we doubted ourselves.
Yeah, and
But I
Right.
don't
around
think
us.
I don't think early on we were thinking about like we would be playing
Yeah,
150 shows in a year kind of thing. I don't think we thought about that much, but
didn't
That's
think about the
insane.
hard stuff
yeah.
either.
Yeah. That's insane. We're so excited to see you here. I want to ask you a little bit before we go about your relationship to social media beyond what we were talking about earlier about
Mhm.
making music. How do you deal with being this sort of brand and, thing that is way bigger than you three guys and not lose your mind in the madness of social media and the numbers and the stuff?
I just stay off it.
Yeah, Mitchell doesn't have a phone. He doesn't.
Oh, that's great.
We
That's great.
we're good at we keep each other accountable and pretty grounded. Uh, yeah, there's social media and stuff, and I see it in other artists who we're friends with, and I see them everywhere, and I don't know. I sometimes think like that must really
Yeah,
get to your head about just
a lot
seeing
of
yourself
stuff, you know what I
everywhere.
mean? It's almost overwhelming. Like they're putting out a lot of stuff, and I get it. Music labels these days, they're like, this is the formula for a successful musician. So they're kind of like pressured into doing all these social media posts and trying to really extract as much as possible from the online community. Whereas we've always been
Yeah.
firm believers in an organic
Mm,
and putting the music first, and then if people want to become interested in who we are or what we do in life, that they have that option as well.
mm.
Yeah. You guys have amassed such like huge success in numbers in a lot of ways, not only touring, but also like streaming and your YouTube videos and all of that. That is kind of crazy to think that I mean I think it's a very sort of unique point of view that you have on social media and the business because you sit at a place where you can easily tour the world and sell out places and stuff. But at the same time, you're able to stay out of the crazy loop at least and just take what you need from it and use it as promotion. And that's it. And I think that's a very healthy way of looking at it, actually.
Exactly.
Um,
We've learned from
yeah,
experience first and foremost, and we've also learned from watching like other people,
yeah,
our peers or our friends, and trying to
yeah,
balance the best of both sides and to the point where we can keep our sanity, where we,
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
I think we're in such, a great situation because we get to do all this touring and like you're saying, but when we're just walking around in different cities, we can be a bit incognito. And if somebody does recognize
right.
us, they're usually just really friendly and just want a photo.
yeah.
No, we don't have paparazzi and stuff chasing us. And
We don't invite like we don't post our location. Oh,
yeah, that's another thing as well, is we try to be as private as we can be. Just
yeah.
for
Yeah,
Just for privacy's sake, gotta keep that privacy.
gotta keep that privacy.
yeah. We are so excited to see you live here. I can't wait to hear Warcry live, which is my favorite. How
Oh,
can
no,
you guys leave our fans invited to the show here in Chile?
always.
What can
Come
they expect?
come to this is the first time, there's only one time you can ever say you went to Chase Atlantic's first show in Chile.
Yeah.
So we'll only be doing it for the first time once, and this is the time. So come be a part of history.
Yeah, there's no reason not to go. Like there's no reason not to go. It's going to be one night that yeah, you regret if you miss it. I mean, there'll be other shows, but this one you will definitely regret if you're not there. And you can just ask anyone online, I guess, if if it's worth going to a Chase
Right.
Atlantic show. And most of the
Yeah.
time, hell yeah.
And I don't know how big the room is, but if you come to this smaller ones and maybe in the future, you'll be able to say, "Oh, I watched them when they were in this venue," versus
I
if we
could
come
almost
back and
trust
play bigger ones.
almost
Hey, there you go.
Are we going to
Go
see you at
again.
the show, Leo?
Yes,
all right, all right,
absolutely.
cool.
I will be waiting for Warcry. I'm
Okay.
addicted
I
to the
love that.
visualizer. Such good work, you guys. Congratulations on the album. Congratulations on the deluxe album, which is insane. And congratulations on your success. Can't wait to see you guys here.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so
Leo.
much.
We'll see you. We'll
Bring
see
your
you.
summer clothes.
Yeah, we will.